It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Bears and the Silver and Black. Coming up next.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. Brock, a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. Tyler Scott now to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair and eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag.
Still first down.
They run the counter with Swift. And his defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. They don't get anything on first, and now they face 2nd and 15.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting to completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Has his man, it's a Dunze. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that first down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. So here come the Raiders now for their opening drive. And amidst the veterans, it's this rookie quarterback leading them out.
It's always fun, puts a smile on my face when I see a rookie leading an offense out. A lot of them look like 10-year vets with confidence and poise in the middle of that huddle, in the middle of their teammates. But let's watch his first couple throws. That's where sometimes you could see some of those nerves slipping through.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. Throwing from the gun. Completed to his running back. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. And it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They're going play action. Caught by his back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. He'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a 1st down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Back-to-back carries here. And that's good for a gain of 5. Javon Dexter escorted him to the ground. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here's 2nd and 5. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. That's grabbed inside the 30. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Pass play on 1st and 10. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he gets this forward to the 19. They get about 4 there, need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker, and that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
To the air, 3rd and long. On the move, headed right, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they're on the board.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Devin Duvernay to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their 2nd drive. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Devin White hauls him down. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Williams. Hits his target, that's DJ Moore. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
1st down, here's Swift. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, Williams. Hits him on the out route. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
1st down, Williams. Stays in the pocket, buying some time right. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down by Christian Wilkins. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Bears football. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st down throw by Williams. Finds him over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 23. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Running behind center with Swift. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. It's a 39-yarder from the left hash. Carney's kick is good. And we're all tied up now in the 1st half.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. His return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Second drive coming up for the Las Vegas offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Sure, a whole lot of noise to sort through up the middle, but by the time he figured everything out, he was able to hit them for a decent gain.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 34. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Back to the well again. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Ron Dexter escorted him to the ground.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
They're set up at the 35 now. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
You know what I love to say, you never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
They put a receiver in motion right. From the 30 on 2nd down. Cut near the goal line. He has the touchdown. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. All set now for the kickoff. Here's Duvernay on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Pass cut by Smythe. And he's out of bounds, up at his own 45. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Williams to throw on 1st. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a 21-yard gain. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. He fires one deep down the right. He's got it deep downfield. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears tie things 10-10. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Raiders are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. Slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's got Bowers working the sideline. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now looking to throw. This ball's cut by Bowers. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 38. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Try getting that one to Brock Bowers. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tackle.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
These quarterbacks are so good with their clock in their head between the tackles. But you get outside the pocket, and you've got to have that same ability. If you hesitate for a second, the defenses with their speed at this level, they'll find a way to bring you to the ground.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And his job's done, and it is a job well done. That punt fights deep into enemy territory, out of bounds at the 7. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Drops to a knee, clock's gonna run unless that defense burns one of its 2 remaining timeouts. We've arrived at the break, and what a second half we're in store for. It's tied at 10 after 2. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Well, we're set up for an incredible second half. All tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Vegas offense ready to start this 3rd quarter. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 31. Complete. It's Myers. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Handoff now from the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. because what can happen from that, Kate, is he puts some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They give it to him again. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. Back-to-back runs yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
They'll run it here on 3rd down. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I wonder who it was, Kate. Which defender had that little bit of clairvoyance that there was a draw coming and clued the rest of his buddies in? Because somebody saw that coming. That's the only way they could have been so prepared for what was supposed to be a surprise.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And he'll try to have his second punt top his first one. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. This is Swift. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
That's into the hands of Moore. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. On the ground with Swift. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 3 on that game. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. If you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Staying grounded with Swift. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. This time it's a passing play. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Running with Swift out of the gun. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Going run again with Swift. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears grab the lead on their first series of the half. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7.
Raiders 10.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Raiders football, and they'll get to work, coming into the quarter trailing. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now he'll throw off the play. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Throwing now off play action. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bears territory. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Another carry for him. And he's got this down to the 40. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Back-to-back carries here. And this one doesn't go far. Just 1 yard there. Now a tough call to make on 4th and short inside of field goal range. They'll run for this. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Here's a give up the middle. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Slot man motioned over. 2nd and 6 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks setting you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. He's back to throw. Chased out to his right. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders down by 7. Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. Looking to throw. He finds it beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Now first run of the game, Zamir White. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Here he is to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's now
That sure
third
ended up being worst case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a...
This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds, too. Great work. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Well, we knew this was coming. All touchdowns are reviewed, especially late in a close game like this.
Previous play is under review.
Now, this right here is where having all those camera angles comes into play. We're going to get a much clearer picture thanks to all the shots we've got.
Yep, technology, everybody's friend right now. We get to watch it again and again, unlike these officials who got to see it once in real time. We just have to see, is there clear enough evidence to overturn the call that was made down there on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stays.
Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review. In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the fourth. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Scott now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here come the Bears back out on offense. The game really in their hands at this point, Brock. We're going to see whether it's a celebration coming up next or overtime. The drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's 1st down. Setting up to pass. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
Trying to set this up quick. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got more.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
3rd and just 2 to go. Throwing now. He lofts one deep, center of the field. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. Ball game's not over just yet. Don't leave those seats. The interference call means we're going to have an untimed down here. The kick is good. He got it. And the 3rd time he puts it through will be the charm. They've won it. So the Bears take this one on the road. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.